August edition of 71 Magazine. I'm John Bryant, your host, and in the studio with me right now is Todd Reynolds, who is the Executive Director of Theater Workshop, and also Carolyn Greer, who is the Owensboro Public Schools theater teacher.
Yes.
Carolyn and Todd, welcome to the show.
Hi, John. Thanks for having us here.
Yeah. Well, Todd, it's always great to have you on to kind of catch up what's happening at Theater Workshop.
Yeah.
Carolyn, this is your inaugural event here at the on 71 Magazine. I don't think I've ever interviewed you.
Actually, I think you did once.
I did.
Several years ago.
Well, it was probably that was probably another lifetime.
We called it
sure.
something else probably.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's
probably
okay.
back
We'll
then.
start with this.
Well, let's begin with you, Carolyn.
Yes.
I know that you obviously do a lot of theater at Owensboro Public Schools, but you're going to be doing a production for Theater Workshop.
I am.
Tell us about it.
Well, I've been part of Theater Workshop for 25 plus years, except for the few years I was gone. So it's home to me.
Sure.
And so when they were talking about needing a show this summer for the youth, I knew the perfect show, and it's a loved one by everybody. It's The Boys Next Door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very special play because it is about a house of young men who are differently abled and their supervisor who works with them. And Theater Workshop did it how many years ago?
That's been a long time.
It's a long time. You were in it.
I was.
You're actually playing the role you played the role that my son is playing. So
Nice.
it's exciting to have family. But it's a very special play about a group of young men, and it's very heartfelt, and it's very respectful and kind.
Right.
You will laugh, you will cry, you will shake your head at the antics of these amazing men. And the youth in our community is so strong, our actors, and just to have that opportunity to work with them again and students from other schools is really wonderful.
Right. I will say that the last time it was done, I was actually in Todd's position at
Woo!
the theater.
It was a long time ago.
Yes. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But as I told you earlier, it's probably one of my absolute favorite shows.
Absolutely.
I will say this to the folks who go see it, don't be afraid to laugh.
Yes, we were talking about that last night.
Yes, because I know when I first saw it, the audience was very solemn. And because of what was being portrayed,
Right.
we felt, oh no, you can't laugh at that humor because then that means you're laughing at them. But that wasn't it at all.
Exactly.
And it wasn't any time before the entire audience was into it. Everyone was laughing hysterically, but the actors did just a fantastic, fantastic job.
Well, when the first person you meet in the show is Arnold, and he's OCD, and he's on the autism spectrum, and he's immediately talking about his purchases at the grocery store. It's funny.
Yes.
And we want the audience to laugh because one of my assistant directors works with an autism program, and she has been so helpful in saying, look, today this is what happened, and we had to laugh.
Right.
And it has really helped our young men, especially the Gabe, who's playing Jack, who is the supervisor, to see where he can take the humor and relax and have fun, because it's a funny play.
It is. It is. It's very funny, and I think it's very unique that the youth are doing it. The high school kids are doing it. So this is going to, I think, put a little different perspective on it.
It does. It
Okay.
really does. I mean, you know, they're playing lives that are very, very different from them. Yet our boys get the humor,
Right.
and the girls too. We do have 4 young women in the show as well, and they get how funny it is. They understand the frustration.
Right.
And I think that brings a different dynamic to the piece, especially the date that the most adorable date in the history of theater that takes place in The Boys Next Door between Norman and Sheila, who are both differently abled, and the sweetness and how adorable it is. And our 2 actors just portray that so sweetly, and it's so cute.
Yeah. Well, and what you find is that you're laughing with them.
Absolutely.
Not at them, so
at no point.
Yes.
At no point are you laughing at anyone.
Could you talk for just a second about how they have, one of the ways that they've prepared, how they've sort of researched what?
Yeah, absolutely. They have spent time researching each of the different abilities. They've researched what a home environment like this, the apartments, the main character, Jack, he supervises 5 apartments, 17 men altogether. So we've discussed and looked into what does that mean, and how does the housing work, and how does the situation set itself up. So each actor has taken time to create a backstory, to know who their people are, to know what their family lives are like, how they came to be where they are now. For me, that's very important.
Absolutely.
They have to have a history.
Yeah.
And this cast has done a fabulous job, and I just said and my son's going to get on to me.
That's all right.
Has had an excellent, excellent job at working at their backstory.
Well, give us the dates and the times, and let's talk about ticket prices and things of that nature.
Okay, we open on August 12th
Okay.
at 7 p.m. We have 2 shows on the 13th, Saturday. That will be 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And then we'll close on Sunday with a 2 p.m. matinee, and
Okay.
that's the 14th.
Okay. And people can obviously call the theater to get tickets.
You can call the theater 683-5333. That's 270, of course. You can buy tickets online at www.theaterworkshop.org. You can stop by 407 West 5th between 10 and 2 and talk to the ever helpful Mike Quigg.
Right.
And he will fix you up with tickets. $10 for adults, $6 for students, very reasonably priced. If you're a member, it's half price. So
Excellent.
come see this show.
Yes,
Please.
Yes.
It's
It
magical.
will. They
It really
won't be
is.
disappointed. Okay, Todd, gearing up for the new season. What can folks be
Yes.
looking forward to?
Oh man, are you? We've got so many things going on, and one of them is going to be just walking into the venue. Is going to be. We'll talk more about that later.
Right.
But the first show of our season is Pride and Prejudice, and what a classic. That's in rehearsals right now, and Lisa Mingus Tullis is the director. She's got a fabulous cast. It opens on September 9th.
Okay.
And it will be at our Empress Theater, which is the one that's getting a lot of big changes made to it. So that'll just be fun walking in and seeing the new place, sitting in the new chairs. But September 9th, 10th, 16th, 17th, 18th, those tickets are available in the ways that we've already described, as are for all of our shows. And we just have a fabulous season. Starting right after that, we've got auditions actually for the next show, which happens in October. But the auditions are on August 21st and 22nd. The 21st is on at both of them are at Trinity Center. The 21st is at 2 o'clock. The 22nd is at 6 o'clock, and that's for a show called The 39 Steps. Now, some folks may have heard of that movie, or seen it, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. This is that, but it's not that. I've heard this play described as Alfred Hitchcock meets Monty Python.
Yes.
It's really funny and a wonderful show for actors because a few actors play a bajillion roles. There are like 100 roles and like 4 people play them. So
Wow.
you get a chance to go from one character to the next to the next. Sort of like Greater Tuna and all those tuna shows.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So that audition's coming right up. Folks need to, bone up on their accents and characterizations, just so you can go from being one person to another.
Right.
No preparation,
folks-
though. Is it cold readings?
I think so. I
Okay.
think that's what Kelly Elder is going to be the director, and so just stand in front of the mirror and practice being different people.
There you
and,
go.
and you'll be all set. But yeah, that's going to be a wonderful show. And the season that we've got coming after that, we do a Christmas show every year, and so this year's going to be the Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Our babies.
It's a good tradition.
It's
It
a
is.
wonderful tradition.
Yeah.
In February, we're going to do Love, Loss, and What I Wore, which is all women. It's a readers' theater, and they just kind of talk about life.
It's
and the things
fabulous.
Is it?
It's about their clothes and how their clothes connect to who they are.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I love that play.
It's a great piece. And then we finish up with a musical. We did it years ago, probably 25 years ago or so. It's a musical called Baby. David Robertson is going to direct that one. By the way, I didn't mention Teresa Wills is directing Christmas Story, and Thad Mayhew is directing Love, Loss, and What I Wore. So all those folks who like to work with those people, mark that on your calendar. David Robertson is going to be directing Baby, and it is a beautiful piece about 3 different couples who are anticipating in one way or another having a baby. And sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. This is another one of those shows that will make you laugh and make you cry. And
David was in the
he
production
was, yeah,
when you did it.
He sure was.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun seeing that
Wow.
one come around again. It's got some wonderful music. And
Sounds like a fantastic season. I mean, all shows that I've not seen, with the exception of what Carolyn is producing, but I've not seen any of those. Now, let's share with the viewers, though, the dinner and show opportunity, which I think it's a fantastic
This
idea.
is fun. You know, this we have memberships, but this is a season ticket, and it will always be on our opening night. You know, you want to make opening night special, right?
right. Yep.
And a lot of folks go out and have dinner before they come to the show. So why not get dinner and a show season tickets? You've always got your seat on opening night, and you have choices of some restaurants downtown where you can go and have dinner. We'll have a full list on our website, but gosh, I know Colby's is signed up, and Lure, and Famous Bistro, and the Campbell Club. You can take your pick. You don't have to go to the same one, or there's not one restaurant that's attached to one show. You can just look down the list and choose any of them. And there's not a limited menu for the people in that program. You can order anything off the menu, and it's going to be 20% off. So what a great deal!
Absolutely.
So dinner and a show.
Yeah.
You know, have fun.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to repeat something that's always been said about Theater Workshop. It's the best kept secret in town.
Oh
And
well,
it
we're trying to pull that
Well,
blanket off.
no more secrets.
Let's
yeah,
reveal.
I'll tell you what, it really is, and I think people. I know that I didn't even know Theater Workshop existed before I went to work there, but as soon as I saw the first production, it's just like I'm hooked. Okay, it's just fantastic to go down and see live productions by quality actors. Now we're not. I mean, you know, are these people amateurs? Yes, they are. But the quality of the acting is just phenomenal. So, but okay, here's the other big news you got. The Empress is going through a complete facelift.
You bet. Not just a facelift, but yeah, inside and out. You know, we're about to wrap up things on the outside with the front facade of the building. We've got some work that's going to be done on the marquee, and that's taken a while because they want to get it just right. It's not a new installation, it's a retrofit, and so they have to make all the precise measurements on, you know, how much the metal facade is bent this way or that way.
Right.
So they're really taking their time. Measure twice, cut once, right? But inside, people will be pleased to see more comfortable seats, newer seats that are wider, and they have retractable arm rests and cup holders, and they feel nice too.
Wow, they feel good.
And they're going to be pretty. We've got new floor coverings down. We've redone the ceilings, did some repairs there, repainted, and the crown molding has been restored.
Oh, nice.
Somebody painted over it a long time
Yep.
ago. So I've started out watching movies there when I was a young kid, and it was already painted over then. So I had no idea what it looked like, but now I do.
Yeah.
And it really is stunning to see. So.
So all this has to be
looking
done
forward to it.
before Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and
right?
Prejudice. That's right. That'll be its maiden voyage of the new auditorium, and we're excited about it.
Well, great.
It's good stuff. And
Well,
you know, in preparation for that, putting in the new seats, we had to get out the old seats. And we still have some of them,
Okay.
and we're selling them. So if people are interested in buying a pair of seats or more, they can give us a call down at the theater, and come buy them. They'll never find a better price. We're selling them at $50 a pair, and so
Very good.
$20, $25 for a seat. And it's of course they're antique. I'm not sure when they were put in exactly, but I would guess probably in the 40s.
Yeah.
Metal sides, and so they're pretty neat.
You're buying a piece of history.
You are, absolutely. And how many movies did you see? Did you watch Jaws in those seats, or King Kong, or
Right.
The Dirty Dozen? I did.
Yeah.
And or were you one of the regulars at Goldie's Opry House? You
Right.
know, did you have your regular seat that you liked to come in and
Right.
sit in for the 15 years she was down there, however long it was? She was there a long time.
Well, it sounds like a lot of
So,
things are going on down at the
We
theater.
always have a lot of things
Yeah.
going on. In fact, August 4th, we have Petra Palmer conducting her final yoga class for children, or it's actually for middle school and high school age kids. So if you're interested in yoga, August 4th, 11 a.m. at Trinity Center, come down and get bendy and feel good and all that. You know, we try to have a little bit of something for everybody. We've done drama camps and all through the summer. We've got drama club coming up for kids who want to start getting involved. And you know, you're talking about your kids, and your daughter's getting ready to move to New York, and how many kids have come through our program?
Oh my gosh.
And how many of them are now they have theater jobs or they're working in
So
film
many of them.
from coast to coast. They're all over the country.
Yep.
And you know, you hear from the ones who aren't working in that industry. Maybe they just work in business or they have their own business. And I hear from them that the things that they learned from being involved in theater are things that have carried them through and helped them in successes today. They've learned how to improvise. They've learned how to talk to people. They've learned how to work to deadlines and teamwork and team building and, you know, all those important things that we need to know to be successful.
Absolutely.
I was in New York
It's
last
inspiring.
week, and I realized that I spent time with 5 people who are now young adults who worked at Theater Workshop, did theater at Theater Workshop. 5 different people.
Yep.
And I mean, that says so much
It does.
about what this community has in
Right.
TWO.
Changing
it
lives
all-
every day.
And it all starts with drama club,
It
Yep.
does.
little kids.
Yep.
Little ones.
Yep.
The
And
earlier
they-
the better.
Yep.
And they grow up there.
Well, thanks you guys for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and best of luck, Carolyn, on your show.
Thank you.
And Todd, sounds like you got a great season coming up. So
Thank you, John.
we're
It's
excited about
always fun to be here and talk to
it.
you
It is.
about it.
Thanks a lot.
Good to see you.
Yeah. And any more information you want about Theater Workshop, go to theaterworkshop.org. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Jatin Shaw from GRAD.